It is episode 6 of the R.S.B, the Real Sports Brothers. Coming to you tonight, we got some NFL action. We got a little college football, and everybody is ready. The NBA preseason has kicked off. Also, we might real quick side. You got something about the Yankees? You got anything on the Yankees? He does. He does. He does. All right. And so we'll get a little baseball playoff just at the end as a little, like I say, taste. There is no TE on that. Anyway, so kicking it off, Myrick, little NFL action. What games did you follow?
Of course, we follow KC, and the wild up and down, emotional blunder this season has been for Chiefs fans. I
It's
will
always
say,
emotional. Keep it
uh,
real. We're the cardiac chiefs. We have been. Since Joe Montana, we've been the cardiac chiefs.
it's been stressful on my heart, and I feel like the little GEHA stadium or whatever this is aptly named. I'll say my takeaways from the game from yesterday are that we talked about it during the game. There was a couple of offensive series in there that just looked completely out of whack. Once they I think they were once they got past whatever script they had, I don't want to say it's a script, but they got to 14 and then it just the bottom fell out. I want to say Jacksonville did kind of step their defense up, but I felt like the plays that we were running, that we they it wasn't anything that we couldn't overcome. But because of the play calling, I believe that stifled the offense, and then it's just a downhill. Like I could feel it. Like this is gonna be at halftime. I felt like I don't think that we're gonna make it out of this one because of just the way the offense was getting down the field still at halftime, but then
Falling
it
out.
just wasn't. I fell out.
No, no, we'd stall out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we stall out. So kudos to Jacksonville. I I still don't believe I still don't believe like you guys give oh uh Jacksonville's quarterback a lot of grief. I'm not going to give him that much. I think he's on his fourth head coach in 5 years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fourth offensive coordinator in five. It's a lot. So
It did give
if
me
he's coming
pause.
in the league, he's coming in the league already. Came in the league already with troubles from college, bringing those bad habits to it, and then he never really had a coach to stick with him and get on him and make him repair fix those inequalities that he had coming into the league from college. So I'm not on him hard after this season. I mean, if he continues to do good, yeah, I've never been hard on him. So I've kind of liked him in college. So I'm just not going to get down on him like everybody else does. So the game, the other game, Philly, and this has been
Really?
our take um, since week one,
Finally
and
came to fruition.
and Sai, you said it best. They opened up that offense and they opened it up to what we have been saying everything we've been saying came true, which is why they run their offense the way they do. I believe because they cannot do anything but, I mean, that's what they do good. Opening up that off, all the downfield stuff is, mm-mm, it's just not there for them. I had gotten to it with somebody at work the next day. They talking about, well, what about that? What about that penalty? What I was like,
One penalty
irregardless of the
shouldn't cost
penalty,
the game.
Yeah.
what's that?
One penalty does matter, but it shouldn't cost the whole game unless it was at the very end.
And exactly what I said. I said that shouldn't cost them the whole game. That
Mhm.
shouldn't. It shouldn't. That shouldn't have cost them the whole game. So that's just my take on that. Philly is what we said they are. until they prove us otherwise. And I think it's gonna be like this from here on out.
Yeah. Uh, for me, obviously, like everyone else around here, we watch the Chiefs, Jags. Um, it did bother me. I was a little taken aback because it was in the sense that the offense, like you said, it goes up and down. Sometimes the offense is going so good and everything's going out and Pat's hitting stuff. Thornton looks like he's still ascending to that third receiver role. I mean, the ball got spread out. I mean, there was just not a ton of things that I went by and I'm watching this game and I'm like, but we're not knocking them out. All right, but the
Hmm.
offense is good. Trevor Lawrence is an up and down guy. Remember, first quarter it looked like it was going to be a wrap, and in my head I was like, no, because I know he's an up and down guy. Even in the playoffs, he can take these shots. He can throw up to what 3, 4 interceptions and bounce back. So he's not a quitter. And then something that I mean, back when we used to play the Titans with Air McNair, that was when it was obvious that our Achilles heel is always a truly mobile quarterback. And I think
Hmm.
Lawrence even ran a 4.6, 4.7 coming out of college. So it's not like he's just not a runner, but he's one of those dudes that he's actually got wheels. That's just not his game. And so the first time he took off, and I was like, wow, all right, y'all need to be aware because he actually wasn't even trying to get down. He
Hmm.
was trying to really run
Hmm.
around and catch one of those big hits and get blown up, which I'm all for it. Go get that work.
Hmm.
But they weren't giving it to him. And yeah, he's big, 6'6". He put on a little weight, but he's still more scrawny than Scrappy. And we're shutting down ATN. We're shutting down their other rookie. The receivers aren't getting off. They're unfortunately catching timely passes. Thomas's was a timely passes. Hunter's acrobatic grab was timely. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't know who more I was disappointed in because in the end, I'm like the defense is still playing well. Like we talked about during the game, we was chatting. It bend but don't break. It's they're playing well, but they're breaking in the red zone. And then of course, the tide that really turned was we never got that interception return back. You know what I'm saying? So when you have 7 points that you gave them on the board and we lose by 3, and we look at some special teams gaffes, I still go away with it saying I'm okay. The offense is coming along. They're going to do a three-headed monster in Hunt, Pacheco, and Holmes, and then they're going to run a few reverses and stuff like that. I think Brashard Smith is looking like he's more of a third down back, but they don't trust him necessarily carrying the ball.
Hmm.
So the defense is still doing well, considering how, like I said, the pass rush is fine, but it leaves the breakouts. They have good push, but they're not necessarily fast up front. They're more heavy stompers. So I'm cool with it. This is Jacksonville is looking like a playoff team. Um, like side double down on the Bills, which I was happy you did that in that take. You're gonna lose some games. So if you're gonna lose to a playoff team and you're gonna barely lose, and you lose like the Chiefs do in heartbreaking fashion, and the offense is coming along, and we have 2 more weeks before if everybody stays healthy once Rice is here to see what that looks like. Because I ain't actually waiting because of what they did with Hollywood. I'm not gonna give them that week 7. Be like, oh, it's first week back. Nope. I don't care. It's all systems go. So I'm cool with that. Um, or just around the leagues, Minnesota keeping it up. Houston, I don't think that was a big deal for me. I'm proud of New Orleans. It made the Giants beating the Chargers look even more ridiculous, and exposing the Chargers even more. Dallas's offense is for real. So I think the NFL season is shaping up good. Cy, as a dude who likes to play the betting game, man, I'm still like you got some real stones because some of these games are real shockers. So
Yeah.
what did you see this weekend?
So, okay, there was a few things. Now, I'll start just real quick on Philly, right? I feel like Philly, the world right now, is antagonizing Philly, kind of like pushing them. It reminds me
Hmm.
of like, let's just say you got Shaq, you got a big center. Why you always throwing it to him? Once you shoot some threes, you can't beat me on the
Yeah.
perimeter.
Yep.
Why you using your size?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
Philly
Falling
just does
into it.
what they do, if they just do what they do, they're better than you right now. They're just that's what they are. Just like the Chiefs have been that way. If they do what they do, they're better.
Yeah.
If
What
Philly
they run
does,
Saquon 6 times?
if they do what they do and they play, we're stronger than you, we're tougher than you football. I don't need to throw it. I'll
Yep.
just beat you,
Yep.
right? And they're listening to people. Why are you throwing in the paint all the time? Why don't you hit some threes? Then you out of your game, and that's what they fell into. I feel like this week
That's an
they're gonna
indictment
they
on their coach.
yeah, but I feel like this week they're gonna
Yep.
get back to it and they're gonna smash who I forgot who they got. I think they Dallas. No, not Dallas. The
No,
Giants.
it's
Is it the
yeah, it's the
Giants?
Giants.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be toast, right? So that's what I think about Philly. The Chiefs. So right now, I'm more of a sports better than a fan of many teams, right? Except LeBron. That's really who captures me as I'm a fan, right? So I look at the Chiefs as a team, as I look at the 49ers, I like the 49ers as a team, but I got to pay attention to little things as I'm betting. So for weeks I've been hearing, oh man, we just don't got that deep there. We need Worthy. We need Worthy. We need Worthy. Now it's oh, we need right. You know, they were saying we need Rice, but now it's more. Well, Worthy's back too. You know what I'm saying?
And Thornton is better than MVS.
Right. But see, those
You've been
weapons are
saying that
there.
since week one.
He
Those
is.
those weapons are there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Um, something's it's a lot of things off. I think the defense is off. I don't think the defense is playing as well as other people think right now. You know what I mean? I think ETN
I
was
agree with
getting
you.
I think ETN was getting 5, 6 yards, and he was getting them
A
into
clip.
manageable downs. And Trevor Lawrence was doing things to get him back into. He kept taking delayed games and all kind of weird stuff. They were in
Mm,
favorable down and distance. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
mm.
Um, he didn't have a huge breakout run, but he was solid. I think. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
real quick on that, that's where I disagree. I think when we anticipated the run, it was not working. The biggest runs that I saw that even opened up stuff after that was Trevor's with the booty out plays, rolling out, and all of a sudden he's breaking up the middle. He was getting. I felt like every single run he did was 10, 15 yards.
right, right. But
So
before they were good enough to always have a spy on a quarterback if they
yes,
thought he could run. And
yeah,
we can
we don't
cover.
have that. We don't have
We
that.
can cover, and our defensive line, we can rush forward, whatever.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Now you got an extra, your spy is covering.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And now it's just your
and
quarterback
to
has, you know,
and that's because to me, when I look at what's going on, the name that I kept seeing was either Chanel or Chamari Connor. Once
yep,
again, one of those three heavy-footed safeties because
yep,
Hicks can't run, and
yep,
neither can the other strong safety. They're not runners, and
right,
so the defense looks good because they can play that good zone. But once again, like I said, you don't have a fast guy. Dude from K State never panned out, so you don't have anybody who can turn and run. Karloftis, he don't get you within 5 yards. It's a wrap, and nobody else is going to get anything better than that.
right,
And the linebackers, Chenault Tranquil's got some speed, but they're all Bolton and Chenault are heavy footers to me. So
right,
I think that's when you get into the secondary, and nobody Hicks will bring the boom, and that's about it. There's the
right,
linebackers will, but in the secondary, only Hicks is really going to hit you. You know what
right,
I mean? So I do think the defense like is playing well because, like I said, if you look at the end of these games, it's more of yes, a true good defense is stopping you. We're stopping you except for big third downs or it's a touchdown. And I'm not going to say that doesn't matter, but what happened at the end of the game? We actually roughed you up. You actually didn't get your shit off. I mean, I'm just saying if you just look at the hard numbers of the game, none of their offense, the running game collectively had 100 yards, but you got 40 from a dude who y'all say was running good. He had 10 carries, you know,
right,
but so it was the combination of of Lawrence and him, the receivers, their biggest receiver had 4 catches for 80 yards.
Yeah, I mean the tight end did. The tight end got hurt. I keep, throughout the league, I'm hearing people talking about their injuries. We got to talk about. I'm not big on Jacksonville, but Strange got hurt. He's
Yeah.
been a big. He's been big for them this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
this season has been getting off.
Yeah.
yeah. So, I don't know. I still don't believe in Jacksonville. I
No.
thought the game was over. I thought the Chiefs were gonna run them out. That's why I'm like, man, because I don't think Jacksonville's as good as their record right now. You know what I
They got
mean?
they got Seahawks and Rams. Real quick, I say I say the Seahawks, the way they're playing, gets them, and the Rams right now, same way, gets them. If they beat both these teams, we gotta look at it differently. If they split, we got to see how they won.
They'll lose to the Rams. They'll beat Seattle because Darnold will make more mistakes than Trevor.
He's played. We'll see.
That's
Because
what
I
I
don't I
think.
don't want to back Darnold. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a Darnold believer. But right
Right.
now, because of his weapons and because, like I said, he's got a lot of Matt Ryan in him, except for he's more athletic. I mean, all he's got to me, if he doesn't face a severe pass rush, I think he'll actually get with most teams because
Hmm.
of his weapons alone. And like I said, he's a true quarterback, which is why
Yeah.
everybody's been on him so long. He is that pocket dude who can get out and run scared.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, for other teams around the
I
league, the
oh,
Chargers they're injured. Man, they're down like three offensive linemen, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They're down their running back. He's on injury reserve.
yeah,
Their defensive line
yeah.
injury reserve. So they might be coming back to the pack, but I feel like they're a tough group, and they'll just kind of weather the storm, win two, lose one. Um,
They
but I
did
mean
trade
that's
for a
why,
defensive lineman. They trade from Owe, who's from Penn State. To me, he underachieved. He's a light booty linebacker that the
yeah.
Ravens gave up for a slow footed Gilman safety from the Bolts.
mhm.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
just happened. Yeah, there are some trades
okay.
just in case. Also, running back. Don't mean to. I'll let you finish, side.
No,
But
go ahead, go
the
ahead.
Bengals traded for Flacco. I didn't
Yep.
see what they
Oh yeah, they
traded
did.
for.
That just happened. Yeah,
OBJ, which I don't see how that affects anything, except it's like you were not going to be playing in the league, my guy.
Right. He took that
So, but
suspension because he thinks he's coming back, or what?
yeah, it's like you can work off you. You're working out on Instagram with no abs, and that's supposed to mean anything to me. Like that only doubles down why nobody wants you. If you really was in shape, dude, you would have abs. This is football. You're receivers. Yeah, it looks like I'm not seeing anything, so it looks like it had to be a draft pick.
I think it was a fourth round pick.
Yeah, because Browning has been ooh wee.
Right.
Sixth round, sixth
Browning
round.
is bad.
Yeah,
And then
sixth.
Chase led him in tackles in the third quarter, right?
Browning is
I think they
Browning
said
is awful at his job. Browning
they
is
said
awful at his job.
Yeah,
yeah, they said Jamar Chase led him in tackles the whole third quarter.
yeah. There's been some. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? That's what we do next week. Backup quarterbacks who've got in, and it's like. You know this season is a wrap, right, Brownie? They're tearing that
Right.
contract. I don't care what you're talking about. That contract's got to be torn up.
Torn up.
Okay, moving on to the NCAA side. Why don't you go ahead and kick that off for me? Florida State, Miami.
So okay. Miami Miami looked like they were running pro stuff and Florida State was running college stuff. You know what I mean? Like sometimes all the gadgets and all the tricks and all that stuff when these guys are lining up, man, whoever goes in motion, whoever comes my way, doesn't matter. I'm still taking him. And
Yeah,
that's kind of
Hmm.
that's what Miami kind of did. Like all your misdirection, everything you're doing, you know what I mean? We're standing here. And
hmm
whoever comes my way, I got him.
yeah,
And
Yep.
it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? And that's kind of it was like big boy football. Like who was it in Batman when Batman kept trying to throw all the stuff and he was like, I live in the darkness. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
You can't you
bang,
can't you
bang.
can't fool me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Bang. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bang.
that's what it reminded
Good
me
one.
of. Florida State was throwing all kind of stuff and Miami was just it didn't bother them, right?
Hey, real
So
quick question, because I know both of you guys is like Castellanos. Um, I don't want to get into like an overall breakdown, because he looks short too. I think his NFL stock is absolutely none and void. I mean, he's like, yeah, obviously he can definitely run around. His arm seems live. You know what I'm saying? He does. It doesn't say. I'll have to see some more outs, but I've seen him get the ball down the field. But his decision making is tremendously bad.
can he catch? Can he beat Randall L?
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know because as a quarterback, I don't know, man.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Is this his last year?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Uh,
He is and they list him at 5'11", 200 what?
Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
how tall? Well, never mind. Never mind.
Well, I mean,
That's another.
if he's 5'10", I mean, yes. If he can throw the ball, if if he's got 9 inch hands, and he can throw the if he can throw the out, I mean, height actually doesn't matter anymore considering how that dude looks. Like, there's no way he runs under a 4.6. Like, there's no. I mean
No.
above. Excuse me. There's no way he runs above a 4.6.
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
definitely's got the quicks.
yeah. He's got bursts. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Short. He's got short bursts.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
he's got to be at least as tall as Dylan Gabriel, right?
yeah. So I mean, that's getting in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a pro day. You can show out on a pro day, and you
But
know.
but like you said, I just so we all agree. Like, sure, if he gets drafted, it's a late round project dude just to
Yeah.
see what he's got.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
all right.
Late
Yeah.
round, and he can run a scout team to be a Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? Like he can add
Yeah.
value.
That's what I was saying. How tall is Kyler Murray?
He's
He's
five
about
ten. He's 5'10". Yeah, he little dude.
okay. So yeah, and I don't think he's a Kyler Murray type player. So
No, but I mean, if you
I,
put him on scout team and say just show out, do what you want to do in practice, and make
mm,
our defense run around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
He
What
can
else
yeah.
bring
you got?
value
What
to your team.
What else you got on the Miami Florida State game, Si?
I mean, nothing. They made it respectable at the end. I just feel like the athletes. Miami had a freshman wide receiver that we couldn't cover this dude. Every time he touched the ball, he scored, bro.
Yeah, he was fast,
Yeah.
explosively
He
fast.
was
Like that one where he caught, he just
fast.
it reminds you of like a Tyreek play because it's like they was right there. It's like they've got the angle. Oh, never mind.
No, they're like,
Yep.
yeah, this kid's from Liberty City. He's a true freshman, 18 years, and he just gone, bro. They
uh,
said he was a star since day one.
yeah, Myrick.
Oh wow.
Before you get to your Texas Florida game, uh, I thought in the group you had Florida State. You didn't call it the Seminoles. It was some kind of tiger or something. What type of team did you say Florida State officially is?
I just said what the universe is saying is
Was
they
it?
may be a paper tiger this season.
But you said it too, right?
They may be. Yeah.
I'm just saying you said it. I mean, because I'm not the universe, and I don't get like I look at the group chat. The universe is not one of the numbers.
We're just
No,
Like, your name is down there. It said, is this name on there? It said Myrick. It said Myrick.
I'm
Anyway, what
just
you what you
saying.
got? What you got for Texas, Florida?
I, oh, whew. Uh, what I've been saying since the middle of the last season.
Mm.
Your man does have an extra year. He will be needing to stay.
Yes.
Um, and do a lot of work. He needs a lot of work. Everything needs work. With that team he has, because Texas is a good, really built team, and they built a team expecting him to play up to which I don't. If somebody can explain this to me, where the hype came from, like where did the hype come from?
Don't do that.
So
Don't do that.
I just I don't
You know where it came from.
We know where it
I
came from.
With a name like Smuckers, it's got to be
but
good,
I
right?
but even
Shit.
when he got in those games
Yep.
last year, even when he got in those games, it was everybody was up in an uproar. I think he ran a couple. He had to put off a big run. He threw it, and I was like, I just don't see when they were swapping out quarterbacks. I was like, I don't see where this guy is going to be it. He just doesn't have that it. He never has had it. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all of picking like college quarterbacks, but I think I'm pretty good on that. None of the Alabama quarterbacks ever impressed me. So
Mhm.
this guy he just doesn't impress me at all, and he never has, and he just needs a lot of work. Florida, um, I I like Florida a lot. I think that barring any other catastrophic breakdowns, I think they're going to be okay for the rest of the season. Um, So I don't know how you feel about Florida. I know they're the enemy, but I think they're going to be okay for the rest of the
I
season. I
think
didn't
they'll
take a
be
look at
all
their
right.
schedule.
I think
Yeah, I
they'll
didn't
be
take a
all
Texas,
look at
right.
the
they
rest of
got
their
Texas
schedule,
A&M up next in Texas in College Station.
but
They're gonna lose that.
Texas there's no. If you look at Texas' schedule, there's no more cream puffs. No more cream puffs on their schedule.
Yeah.
So this they got a rough schedule ahead. So
Yeah. I think for Arch Manning, I think this year, because he was never the one who was threatening a transfer. He never complained that I should be in the game.
Hmm.
So I think he's got good self like value of what he is, right?
Perfect take. Perfect
I think
take.
Right.
he does. I
He
think
does,
he does.
which
Yes.
which will help him. I think that'll help him this offseason. Like, okay, finally I got out there all the way.
Yep.
I'm exactly what I thought I was. Now I need my uncles and whoever else. I need to go to work
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now I have a sample size, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because his ego, I don't think he was never the one like, "Oh, I'll transfer, bro. I'm going here.
And
No.
I'm going there."
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
totally agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree. And that's why I'm saying he's not pushing himself. He's not hyping
yeah,
himself up. I've never seen him boast out there big and do all this
right.
crazy. I've never seen that from him.
Yeah.
But it's just the world, the universe. I
Yeah,
guess here we go, universe again has propelled him to because of that last name. I've taken it. I
yeah.
guess why. That's why.
I
And
I think it'll end up good for him because of how he is. I think it'll. I don't think he minds the grind. Like I'll just grind it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll stay as long as I have to, and you know, I don't think he feels any pressure to go be a number one pick, a first round pick this year or nothing. So
Yeah.
I think he'll
mhm.
end up being decent, not like a number one pick, but I think I could see after next year him being like a third round pick, them saying, "Hey, he came back this year and his decision making is better. He's seeing things more clear. He's you know what I mean after a full year playing and a year older and knowing how SEC football is, I think he'll be all right. Me personally, I think he will be.
Gotcha.
Not a
Cool.
star, but all right.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I guess I got a little excited. If you guys remember, I told you about a nice little Netflix show, and you learn a little bit about production because I was ready to come on here this week with a Diego Pavia jersey on. I already had it loaded up into my shopping cart, and then the second half of Alabama happened, and I was like, okay, well, I'll stop that madness. It definitely was a fun game. I do think Vandy did play Alabama tough enough that while I won't say it was a huge test for them, but when you get like we've been in high school when they give you like a quiz before the test that next day to give you a warm up, I think that's what it was because it still did show some of Ty Simpson's setbacks in the sense of I think he was sacked 4 to 5 times. They were able to keep the pressure on him. I think when you look at the turnovers that they had for Vandy, they went directly into a Jan Miller long touchdown run, a play
Yeah.
action pass in which Ryan Williams is getting them, and and things like that. So it kept leaving that defense to a bunch of booty out plays that I think if Pavia would have just held himself together a little more with some of those some of those passes were just dreadful. And it was
Yeah.
like that's the stuff we talking about, man. You under pressure, you're under duress. You already got an arm like that. You head to the sideline, and I don't know why you letting that ball go straight to a defender. And so it's like stuff like that just kind of gave them Alabama the way of the game. I still think I'm not versed enough that I'm going to say this does anything to Alabama as far as where they are going to be in the playoffs or anything like that. Because once again, I don't anticipate Vandy being there. But it was definitely a good game. I expect Vandy to still black some eyes in the SEC, and I expect Alabama, with at least what I showed, what I seen from their offensive line, to still not necessarily be in that SEC championship game.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
SEC
I
championship
can see
game.
that because they didn't look
Yeah.
bad. Vandy didn't look bad to me.
Yeah.
Um, they it turned into I want to say a couple of plays they beat themselves when I was watching. I'm like, okay, you guys are still in it. Let's get back running. Let's run what we've been running this whole time, and then because Alabama wasn't super imposing until I think middle ways through the third, it kind of that's
Yeah.
when it got out of hand. And they and
Mhm.
it I think they were just defeated. The defense had been on the field. I read the announcer said the majority of that time anyway because they were going three and out.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of got gassed and Alabama took advantage of that. But they didn't look bad. They didn't look bad to me. I
No,
did.
they're
That was
not
my first
bad.
time watching them play. They didn't look bad at all, and I think they'll be right there in the end.
They just didn't get that Manziel moment they needed to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
win that. But I
Yeah.
mean that SEC. I'm gonna go back to that SEC title game thing you said. Missouri got something to say about that, bro. And
I
Hey,
somebody
you
said,
know what,
right now,
Si?
you get no
You
arguments
know
with
what,
me.
Si? Every week. I'm tipping toe into your side, man. I am every week. I'm
and
like, Si might be on to something
they're
here.
in Columbia this week, so it's put up or shut up now. It's
Yeah.
Alabama at Missouri this week, I think. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
We'll have to start up on that.
Yeah, that'll.
Everybody's gonna be available. All
Yeah.
right. We're gonna wrap things down. We got a little NBA coverage. I'm gonna start. We're gonna do some dark horses. This doesn't mean necessarily champions per se, at least in my category, but at least a team who will be like kind of Houston was last year, maybe be an upstart from a veteran team. I'm just go with the Pistons. Cade Cunningham really stepped up big last year, carrying that team almost like man, it's gonna escape me. It was that big guard. He's 6'6". He was with the Sacramento, and he got hurt about 8 years ago. But anyway, versatility. A lot of these guys are Bron esque. So with the versatility, he can shoot, pass, set his players up, make them look a little better. Because Tobias obviously can stop and shoot. Ivy was hurt last year, so he's going to be out there. They got Karis LeVert, who's a vet off the bench. Cy, you were talking about Duncan Robinson, who over the last two seasons with Miami has added a lot to his game. He was one of the guys who seemed like a WP
yeah,
as far as
yeah,
when he was playing 3 years ago, because I'm like, this dude brings no defense. He
right,
literally can only stand outside shooting threes.
right,
There's just not enough there. Last year, he had some point guard type of
right.
versatility. Was trying to get the boards. I think he almost had a triple double in one game. Plus, he still has the
Mhm.
deadly three. So yeah, what they didn't get from a guy who Tim Hardaway Jr., who we're not, I'm not gonna fall into people's who never panned out, but I never. He's had a long career, but the dude ain't who I thought he was at Michigan.
No,
But
no.
Duncan Robinson, I think, with health, will be able to play that third man role from there, moving Answar to play more, uh, and Tobias, in and out because Tobias is always what 12-4.
And Duncan, he didn't have no playmaker for him. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, you had
So
the old boy running around going for his, who
yeah,
looks like he does meth or some sort of amphetamine because he's always
yeah,
overly sweaty with the headband. I don't care what nobody say. He failed
yeah.
every drug test possible. Uh, but
He had
anyway,
him and Jimmy. He had him and Jimmy, and he's shooting contested threes. Now you got Cade. You got all these athletes. He gonna get, man. He gonna get 6 open threes a game, bro.
yeah,
Like for real.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
yeah,
Jalen Durant is a monster.
yeah, Tyler, I'm a hero. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Anytime you see Soup or Hero, you watch the way that dude's playing. He's running a million miles an hour. He looks like he's like you unhealthily skinny. Like your body don't
he
look quite
is.
right. You got the headband on. You got the look of a drug abuser. I don't want to put that on nobody because it's not overly funny. We're saying for entertainment. I don't know that man, his people. It's all love, but he doesn't have a cool look.
He like Justin Bieber skinny.
Yeah, and that dirty, you know what I'm saying? That dirty Caucasian boy look. Uh uh you were a Nuggets
Young
fan, is that what
man.
you said? You got a jazz shirt. Like look at what this dude does. Just weird. Like I love these weird like subliminal messages you do. You come out tonight pushing the Nuggets with a Utah Jazz shirt on because it's a throwback. You feeling like Karl Malone. I notice it's up
Hey,
there in the
hey.
shoulders. Do your thing.
And I'm waiting to hear about the fever too.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. If you don't say something about the Aces, you're disqualified from talking women's
Hey.
basketball. Go ahead.
um, my dark horse this year is Denver Nuggets. Just because I'm just turned into a Joker fan, and I think they got the same solid team. Um, I'd like to see less Jamal Murray, more Braun. Um, Meaning, I want to see Braun take a little bit more, be a little bit more direct with his scoring, which he did. It was bar the preseason game. He was 8 for 8. I think the first game when they played the Raptors, he
What
went eight
about
for
his
eight.
ball handling?
Um, I didn't see the game. I just looked at the box score,
No, I
and
feel, but I
I
mean,
saw he was eight.
I'm saying if his ball handling looks that much better than last year, what do you think about Bron's ball handling in comparison to Jamal Murray's?
Oh, it's not a thing of Jamal Murray is a great player. I like him, but it's just the fact that when it was coming down to it last year, I saw Jamal Murray trying really really hard, and it just like a lot of times it just wasn't falling for him.
I
I'm
Yeah.
like,
got you.
man, you could have went here, you could have went here. Um,
I
it,
got
it's
that
it's
makes sense.
just I was like, man, I was like, you got this guy out here, and I don't did Brown start? Brown didn't start last year, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He did. He started a
He
lot of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
okay,
open. I agreed with you on the only thing I thought he right now he just looks super complimentary who can actually get buckets. Like whenever I see him, like he'd get the ball, his handles ain't quite there. Now he's got some stank to him, so he'll play tough. He's not scared, but I don't think those lead to good buckets. Like his pump and go work, haha, is like is like it's going to lead to a turnover more than I feel like it's going to lead to a good play. But I
yeah,
definitely the word you use, which I agree with you, is defer. So Jamal Murray can actually him and Joker are so deadly because they're 2 point guards. It just so happens
yeah.
they can both shoot. So yes, if he can get Braun more, then yes, it's more open shots or more I can just drive to the lanes. But yes, him
Yeah,
him
that's
opening
all I
up.
want to see. I'm
Yep.
like, you defer to Braun, and then you can drive. It opens you up, and you don't
Yeah.
have to get double teamed and try so hard and hurt yourself, or God
Agreed. It
forbid
will
that.
do
But
Bro,
that.
I
his
just,
his three
yes,
ball has
but
not
I
been
just like
good. His three ball has not been good.
Jamal.
Who? Braun.
Ron, yeah, him
Yeah.
and Westbrook, bro. When they were on the
Uh,
court last year, it was hurting the team. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like at the end of games because they were getting the wide open shots.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down. We're gonna drop in Joker's lap. Bron shoot it, and he thinks about it. Well, this was last year. He thinks
Yeah.
about it,
that's what I'm talking
and then
about.
he
I
let
want
it
him to
fly a
be a
little bit.
little bit more deliberate with
No,
what he's
Yeah,
doing. He just didn't seem confident enough for me last season.
perfect point. This year, think about this type of NBA that we're in. You have a guy who technically shooting 39% from three. We both say that's nice, right? In this
right.
this type of NBA, he's shooting 2.8 a game. So barely three, which is barely. He shot two the year before, 38%, 2.8. So we're saying it's a technicality, which both you guys hit at. It's in his head because technically on paper it's going in. Now we don't know those are pick or pops. We don't know if those are him get setting up off a pick or whether it's a pop
Hmm.
out. We don't know what type of threes he's hitting, but he's actually shooting them at a decent clip. But if he's not letting them go, that goes to your indecisiveness
I'll
that you
tell you
spoke
what
about.
kind of threes he was hitting. He would go 3 for 4 one game, 1 for 5 the next, 1 for 4 the next, 1 for 6 the next.
There you
Then
go.
go 2 for 4 the
And you
next
saw it
game.
in the playoffs. You
Roller
saw it in the
coaster.
playoffs. It showed his head in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would raise that to that 39% because one of these games he beat John Starks feeling it. And then it's like 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 2 for 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
His
we're just
numbers
gonna
are
let you do it.
His numbers are very deceptive. He shoots a center's level 58% from the floor on 10 shots. Once again, but he's
Ugh.
only getting to the free throw line twice. He's knocking them down. We already said he's shooting threes from a good percentage, but he's not letting them go. And he's getting you 15 points.
It's
With
fast break. It's
yeah,
fast break buckets.
yes,
Mhm.
defense and fast
Yep.
breaks. So with super streaky, never met his potential. All of a sudden, he's Rico Suave on Instagram. Michael Porter Jr. gone. I definitely double down with your take, Myrick. They definitely need more from Christian Braun. And as KU people, it worked for all of us.
Hey,
Well,
who did they replace? Who's replacing Porter?
Cam Johnson.
Yeah, Cam
And they
Johnson.
and I don't think it matters to me, but
Oh, Cam Johnson's a better
they
player.
brought in can't well they brought in a couple people.
Cam
They brought
Johnson's
in
better than Porter.
and we can't forget they also brought in Tim Hardaway Jr.
Did
Oh
they?
yeah, he's there. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s there. Yep, yep,
Okay.
he's
Okay.
there. He's there.
That looks about it of note. They have some young players, of course. That dude who was in the commercial, everybody's like, "Who is that?" That's actually Peyton Watson. He was their first round pick 2 years ago. So they
They got
started playing
Duran.
him a
They got
little
Duran
last year.
Holmes. They got Duran Holmes. He was first round pick last year.
He's a
Yeah, he was
hooper.
a first round pick too.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
my
hooper.
wife. Yeah, that's my wife's one of her best friends, little nephew from Arizona. He can play. He went to Dayton. He can
There you
play.
go.
He
That's
can
some
play.
insider information, folks. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
that everywhere.
Yep.
That's some insider
And he
information.
got a 5 star little brother. He got a 5 star little brother that everybody after too. So we'll see.
That's
Oh
that's
wow.
what's up. That's what's up. All right, Cy, you got Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, no Kyrie for the beginning of the year, but
How long
bro,
is he out?
Dallas. Yeah, Kyrie's out for what another couple months because he tore his what he tear his
Okay.
I think
ACL in
it's
the foot.
ACL.
Yeah, so they're saying
ACL.
maybe January, but man, Dallas is so bro that big lineup. You got Gafford, Lively 7'3". They're saying now, right? Not 7'1". He grew 2 inches. Anthony Davis can play the four like he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Cooper Flag, who you got running point forward at 6'8", whatever he is. Their size and defense is gonna beat a lot of teams, right?
Yeah, I
Now, some
agree.
of these games you're gonna get down to nitty gritty time, and you don't have that Kyrie, that ball handler, Luca, the who can really get you into something, and
Yeah,
they'll lose those games. But
but
they're gonna just flat out athletic you, and defend you at the rim and take away what you want and beat you. A
yeah,
lot of these teams, they're just gonna like Denver. If I see Denver against Dallas, I'll pick Dallas because you're gonna have Gafford on Joker, and
I
AD
agree.
can
That's a bad
roam,
matchup.
and AD can roam.
Said that fast.
Hey, but see, all you're trying to do is put a body on him and let AD roam.
Yeah,
When AD has to guard him,
that's
Joker
a
eats
problem.
him.
Yeah,
So that's what the Lakers did. They put JaVale McGee on him,
yeah,
and they said Dwight or AD back him up.
yeah,
And then that's that, what I mean? That's what worked.
yeah.
So
No,
with another 7 footer behind them, like they're gonna do, I think that's.
you got me curious when we mentioned our NBA talk first 2 weeks ago. You got me curious, and I went to him, and so it's like, okay, you got D'Angelo Russell just filling in once again. He's the type of guard, he can pop off some threes at you, but like we stated, it's mainly going to be probably Cooper Flag kind of running a point forward between him, and they do have Dante Exum, who is more of a true point guard and goes back to that size thing. I think dude's like 6'6".
Yep.
But with Clay, if Clay's legs aren't worn out, uh, from from whatever he's got going on
Wow.
in his personal life, what,
Wow.
what? Hey, hold on,
Yeah.
man. If you're with something like that,
Hey.
you're putting work in. I saw a clip. She gave that dude $50,000 at the lunch table. So, hey, women are paying you money if he's not getting that work in. So, but if Clay can obviously you're not looking for him to turn back the clock at all, but you want him to be able to hit the open shots. I agree with you, Side. This team, when I looked at, is going to be very interesting. If they buy in and they play hard nosed defense, I'm talking about move your feet. It is going to be so difficult to consistently score on them. I mean, if you just even look at the matchups, they got Max Christie they can still bring in there, who is defensive minded, and he learned how to score when he was at the Lakers. Najee Marshall, he's one of those. Also looks like dude from Minnesota. He thinks he's like one of the big
Yep.
dudes. Think he got some
Yep.
handles type stuff.
Yep. Yep.
PJ Washington playing that hard nose. He can hit out to the three. He stiff. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yep.
can play his game. And like you said, you're passing him back in Derek Lively and Gafford.
Yep.
Man, you don't even want to go to the rim. All they have to
Right.
do is play volleyball type of defense straight up at
Mhm.
you, and you're not shooting over that consistently. And
No.
then, like you said, you got AD Roman, you got Flag look like he's going to try to consistently play some defense. This team defensively, at the very least, is a problem. You pencil in AD for his 25 to 30, Cooper Flag for his high teen, Clay Thompson for his mid teen, D'Angelo Thompson for his low teen. If Christie, Marshall, uh, and Washington chip in, Exum, Gafford, dudes like that, they still got old Caleb Martin around there too. Who if he remembers what it was like with Miami in the finals a couple years ago.
And Spencer Dinwiddie, right?
If
Is he
he's
still
on
there?
there, he's later in line
Okay. And then
or
and
hurt.
then so then you say, okay, what are we, a fourth seed, fifth seed, and then Kyrie comes back?
Wow.
Now you, bro, that's lobs everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
liking it.
watching last night, and Cooper Flag is the back end defender blocking shots. AD's leaking out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cooper, you got the young dude blocking shots while your power forwards leaking out. They just running and lobbing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So that size, man, you know what I mean? And that's what I think Denver would struggle with Dallas because of all that size. Um, Denver would have to shoot really well to beat a team like that. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
shoot
it's,
really well to beat Dallas. You're gonna have to
And,
hit some
and
threes.
back to what you were saying about Murray, it's going to put too much of a workload on two guys if you don't have Braun and all those other guys playing keyer roles other than barely 10 points. If you can count
Yeah,
on them to almost have double digits across the board, then yeah, I think Dallas, the way they're going to play team ball, is going to be a problem.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Real quick, we'll go over some MLB playoffs because we're fair. Game three, the Dodgers coming up. They are leading 2-0 over the Phillies. Milwaukee is leading the Cubs 2-0 in their series. Game four, Seattle is up 2-1 over the Tigers. And Cy, if you will, I will give you a live update. As you already know, your New York Yankees are down 2 games to none. But to be fair
They're
to
up.
you, in the middle of the seventh, and
Yep.
they are up 9-6. And the Jays, I jumped out 3-0 early in this game. So
Yep.
and
Yep.
baseball doesn't swing like that. So, you got any analysis for the Yankees Blue Jays series?
I think as I was watching it when this game started, I said it's over. They're done, right? Judge has 4 RBIs, a home run. Stanton has 2 RBIs. If you're gonna pitch and let those guys hit, the Yankees will come back in this series. You know what I'm saying? You got to get Stanton out of there. Judge's gonna do his thing, but you got to get Stanton up. You can't let him hit. You know what I mean? If you let him get hot,
Mm.
that changes the whole vision of the Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like their motor. You know what I mean? He's hurt all year, and then in the playoffs he comes back and he kind of ignites them.
Mhm.
So we'll see if Toronto's making a mistake by pitching to this dude. I
Yeah.
just give him nothing. Make him swing at it or walk him. You know what I'm saying? But
All
I think they're gonna be all right. I think they got it their second win.
right. Okay. Okay. All right. We took you around the horn. We gave you 4 different sports. The Real Sports Brothers takes have been considered. Oh,
We got five. We got five. But just hey, go Aces. That's all I gotta say.
hey, at least he got it right this time. He got it right. You back in Asia? We all wish we was in Asia.
Hey,
Yeah.
is is Bam gonna have his legs this year?
Hey, he better. He's been underachieving his whole career. We won't notice anyway. He'll just show up, give you
Right.
18-9, 2-2.
Right.
All right. But this has been episode 6 of the Real Sports Brothers. I appreciate it. Myrick sorry gave a shout out. Cy, what you got with the Red Storm?
We got middle school tryouts this weekend, sixth, seventh, eighth grade.
All right, where's that
So
at?
that is at Shoot 360 in Lenexa, Kansas. So anybody got middle schoolers want to try out for a travel team, go to kcredstorm.com.
All right. This has been the Real Sports Brothers. We'll see you next week. Holla.